Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we're starting out with a Prince of Swords. To me, it feels like we're of two minds, right? It feels we kind of want to do this, but we kind of don't. Or we want to do something else. There's a split, you know? We need to be unified. It's kind of like we're vacillating. We're going back and forth on something. It could be that we're looking for clarity in a situation that seems like it has more than one good option. You know, let's put this into some context. Let's see what those options are. Well, we've got the Death card now. We have the movement forward. We have progress. We have transformation, right? This is the process of change. And maybe you're considering some very big changes in your life, but they all seem kind of equally good. So how do we really pick a direction, right? Three of Pentacles could be something business related. Here's that idea again of the choice of which way to move our lives. This is a Two of Wands. It's fundamental, it's fiery, it's creative. It's very foundational in a way, because this is that really deep down kind of intention to move our entire life in a particular direction. Okay. Another two, there's the fire and earth. What do we want to manifest? Right? What is our next move? What is the physical direction that we are going to turn ourselves and then progress toward, right? Well, we've got that 10. The 10 of Swords here, I think, is good in this case because we've got the Prince of Swords into the 10 of Swords. I feel like we're getting out of the jam here. You know, I feel like this mental blockage. There's a Knight of Swords. I feel like the mental blockage here is going to be cleared up. We're going to get out of this overthinking kind of attitude. And we've got a 6 of Pentacles. We do have an 8 of Cups here. We've also got the High Priestess at the very end. The High Priestess is a very good card. Taurus, this is really wonderful. And even the 6 of Pentacles in this position it's interesting in this position, but it's a very good card. Okay, so I think that's part of the obstacle here is that we can see every direction seems like a very good idea. Right? So it almost feels like we're trying to limit ourselves to just one path out of many, right? But I wonder if the message here is that, you know, that everything is possible, that you can do all of these things, right? Because the Eight of Cups here in the environment, it might be one of these combinations, right? 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Any path we choose, we're going to be a little bit disappointed that we didn't get to choose the rest of them. You know, it seems like a very good problem to have, right? There's an abundance of choices. There are many things that you could do with your life right now. Which one are you going to choose, right? The message might be that, hey, we can do everything, that everything is possible. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. A couple of volunteers. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we are just going to, just kind of jumbling things today. We're going to put this card right here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Now, I'm curious what these two volunteers were. Let's see what these happen to be. Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands. Well, if that isn't perfect, I don't know what is. We've got the Ace, right? So we're of two minds, we're of two wills, we see two different directions. There's at minimum two different things that we kind of want to do. But we got the Ace of Swords. We're getting some sort of clarity. the confusion, the two minds that we have now, that Prince of Swords, it's being resolved into a clarity, into a certainty. We're making a decision. We're coming to a realization. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're picking one path here, okay? But it does mean that we are finding a way out of this overthinking. The Queen of Wands is water and fire. We are finding the way forward that will remedy this Eight of Cups, okay? Because the Queen of Wands is water and fire. So we're finding a fiery path. We're making the decision. We're setting our intention in such a way that we're not going to have to be disappointed in anything, that we're not going to feel like we're missing out on anything, okay? So to me, this does feel like we're figuring out a way to have everything we want, you know? That we don't have to pick one path to the exclusion of all others. Maybe there's a way to bring everything together. Maybe that's what the High Priestess is telling us, right? Anyway, for the mystery card, if you know what it is, put your guess down in the comments. We're going to do it together. We're going to make it a group exercise. All right. As far as major arcana energies go, we really only have these two. We've got the Death card and the High Priestess. Okay. We've got fire. A little bit of water. We got a decent amount of air here. And we have our earth energies. We have a good amount of earth energies too, right? We have 1, 2, 3 air, 1, 2, 3 earth, not including the volunteer cards, right? So I think this is a pretty good match. I think that what we're doing is we're spending a lot of time thinking about things. We're really putting in that due diligence. We're really being thorough with our analysis. I think that you are someone who likes to see both sides of the equation. You like to measure everything, get all the data before you make a life-changing change, right? A life-changing decision or choice. And I think this is a very good quality. You're not in a rush. I don't feel there's any hurry here. Feel like you're taking things nice and slow. It may feel like it's chaos and hectic because of the amount of time that you're thinking about things and how fast our thoughts move, how fast we may be switching from one opinion to the other. But I think you're very thoughtful and very thorough, okay? I think that you are doing the right thing by taking this seriously because, you know, we've got big changes happening in life right now. This is the threshold of a lot of big life changes. It could be that you're going through a lot of different changes. Could be everything all at once, you know. It's like you get married, you have kids, you start a business, you buy a house, you all at once, all within like 9 months, within like a year, you know. Everything happening so quickly. And it's kind of it feels like a whirlwind. But I think Spirit is saying that, hey, you can slow down a little bit and you can really get your thoughts in order. The main thing we have to do is try not to overthink it. So we've got to get out of this this mental structure that we've built. You know, I keep calling the Ten of Swords this mental prison, you know, but I don't like always invoking that idea. So when we see the Ten of Swords in the future position, to me it's kind of an end of the stress. It's like there's all this tension that's building up about this period of time. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you're having a family. I don't know. It could be something business related. But I feel that the end is very close, right? The end of all of this stress, the end of all of this worry. It's almost an energy where we just kind of, we just let it go. You know, we just realize that we don't have to worry about it anymore. Almost that things are out of our control, that there's an element of trust that needs to be in this situation. There's an element of acceptance. And I think that's the High Priestess they're talking, because the High Priestess is standing, arms wide open, ready to receive, just saying, whatever you got, I'm going to take it. And I'm going to work with it. And it's going to be fine. It's going to be great, right? So I feel like we can handle all of this stuff because this, Again, this isn't just one minor thing. This feels like a lot of stuff happening all at once. And it feels like it's very life-changing. It may be like, well, if one of these things happened, it wouldn't be so stressful. But everything all at once kind of feels like our life is just being completely transformed. It's almost as if we wake up one morning and everything is different. But the death card suggests slow, gradual change. It is big-time change. It's the idea that, yeah, you'll wake up, it's going to be 10 years later, your life's going to be completely different. It's a slow and gradual process, but it is tremendous. It is significant. It's like water running over the earth eventually is going to carve the Grand Canyon, you know? And if we're not paying attention, then it will feel like we just wake up one morning and suddenly everything is, suddenly there's a Grand Canyon. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not an overnight change. All right? So we don't have to approach this with that kind of worry as if things are imminent, as if things are happening, overnight, and we have to have our decisions by morning. Okay? So the Ten of Swords is really us calming that mental energy down, getting some clarity and certainty. Now, the Ace of Swords that we have is an extension, or is kind of the breaking free from this Ten of Swords gives us this clarity, this Ace of Swords. It does not mean that you have all of the answers. It does not mean that you know everything and that you've picked one particular path and you know exactly how to move forward in your life, but it means we're not worried about it, It means we're not stressing over it. And it could be that we're realizing that all of these various things that are happening in life, they don't have to be disconnected. See, the 10, it seems like everything is connected, but it really isn't. This is us wishing everything was one, but it feels like things are just not harmonizing, not resonating. Things are separate. Things are disconnected. When what we really want is connection. What we really want is unity, right? Togetherness. And then I think going into the Ace of Swords makes us realize that this is all part of one path. This is all part of one life. It's my life. It's this world. It's this universe. This is the reality for right now, okay? Relatively speaking, whatever. Not trying to get metaphysical. Rather than things being so disconnected, we see that it's all part of one larger plan, And I think that really does a lot to calm us down mentally, where we're not worried about things. It's not that we have to separate our mind into so many different pieces. We can be at peace, right? We can have this kind of mental easiness. Now, the Three of Pentacles underneath everything, you're figuring out something about your money. I feel that there's a money thing going on here with you. We've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 6, There's a choice you have to make in terms of your job, your career, how you make money, where that money comes from, requires a decision or a change, or there's some movement there. Something that is here now is not here. Something that was there is now being brought here, okay? There's a switch that's being brought about. But it is a switch that if we look at it the right way, it's going to be better for us. It may seem like a change we don't want, but I think that if you look at it the right way with clarity, right, and not with the worry, not with anxiety, but if you just look at it objectively for what it is, you'll see that it actually is going to be better for you. It's going to lead to more financial stability for you, ultimately, okay? We take the Three of Pentacles, we add an Ace of Swords, what do we get? We get stability, we get a 4, right? We get the stability that we need. And we can kind of look at that in other ways too. We could say the Ace of Swords is that the unity that we need in the 2 to make this a 3. So we get our 3, we add the 1 to that, well, we get our 4, right? The Three of Wands back here, we add the Ace to that, well, we get a 3. And I think the 3s really are about understanding, seeing the deeper meaning of things, and also seeing the broader picture, okay? So the 2 of Wands that's behind you, this is feeling like our life is really taking a complete different direction. Like it's a huge split in the road. huge fork in the road. And we've got to pick which way we're going. Okay? And this is really, I think, a false dichotomy. I don't think this is like, well, you can either have career or you can have a family, right? Or you can be a creative type or you can be a business type, you know? Either you can be happy or you can be successful. We don't have to choose. And I think that we're splitting this up in our mind, and that kind of, it fragments, right? It makes us see everything as being separate and isolated. Well, we can be creative and successful. We can be professional and business-like. We can have a family. It's one. It's all one. Okay. But I think that there are a lot of choices that you have to be making. You know, it's not that we just sit back and we just say, like, you know, kind of with this high priestess energy, whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to be here. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to make any decisions. I'm not going to have any input. You know, we don't want to do that. We have to have input. We have to make decisions. We have to try to steer the river as much as we can. Okay. But I think a financial thing is going to be very good for you. I think that there's something that is changing in the way you make money. Look at it closely. You'll find the advantage, because what we've got over here is the Six of Pentacles. And this is material success. This is better than just a Four of Pentacles. This is now, you got some extra. Okay? So I think that this card really is talking about that financial aspect where putting this to good use, whatever this change is, whatever is different about the way you make money now, whatever that is, if you put it to the right use, you'll have more than you need. You'll have your ends will be met, you know, your needs will be met, you'll have a little extra. You'll be able to put a little bit of money away, you'll be able to take a vacation or fix the car, whatever you need to do. Okay, so this is what you need, and then some. All right, and I think that's very good. I feel like you've also experienced some kind of trouble in a close, intimate relationship. It might be a family relationship. It might be a romantic relationship. I feel that there is a need to kind of to get the spark back somewhere, to get people, you know, and maybe it's a family thing, a little bit of a hint of family here. But I feel like there's just not the same bond. There's not the same intimacy that there used to be, right? And the Eight of Cups. This is, it's almost as if we're getting more and more of that sinking feeling that it doesn't feel good anymore, you know, that it just seems to be getting worse. I think part of that is some of this air energy, because I think that we're trying, again, it's kind of like we're trying to keep everything separate, and when we do that, we don't pay attention to how everything influences every other thing, right? So we think, well, my work is separate from my family, okay? So then we keep that separate, and we think that there's a wall between those two things. But then we don't realize how everything that's happening at work is affecting your family, how everything that's going on with your family is affecting your work, right? And so I think that some of this overthinking, this being of two minds kind of thing, this stress, really, I think it is affecting your relationships. It's affecting how you are bonding, how you are experiencing intimacy with people. And sometimes we don't realize that we're blocking our own intimacy, okay? But I think that this is going to be kind of fixed, right? Because let's look at this. We've got that Eight of Cups. Feels like the cup is broken. It's leaking. Things are draining out. That the water that was there, it's starting to run out. It's getting lower and lower and lower and lower. Well, if we take our Ace of Swords, our mental clarity, and we add an ace to our 8, what do we get? We get a 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups, now we've patched the broken and cracked cup, and the water is filling back up. So we're repairing those relationships. And I think if we can clear our mind of some of this stress and some of this worry, then we'll be able to perceive what it is that we need in our relationships. See, that Eight of Cups, it's in the position of your relationships. This is the position of the environment. This is how we are relating to the environment. It feels like we're losing intimacy in our environment. We're losing connection with our relationships. We've got to get that back. Okay? We've got to get that back. I think everything is possible if you do this. If we strive for this clarity, if we learn to let things go, if we learn to see that everything is one, there is a unity in your life, even if it feels like there are a million separate things. We have to look how everything connects with every other thing. It's a network, right? It's a network. What do we have with the Knight of Swords here? I feel like this is a rush of clarity. I feel like this is rushing in. It's fire kind of feeling. I feel like when we have this, again, everything hinges. If we do this, we've got everything. If we have that clarity, if we put our mind at ease and we just try to clear our heads, the answers that you're looking for, the decisions that you need to make, the actions and intentions, the Two of Wands stuff that you need to do will come rushing at you like a flash. It's kind of when there's a word on the tip of your tongue, the more you try to figure it out, further away it gets. Once we stop and we just give a nice Om, the answer comes. It happens like that a lot of the time. The better you get at clearing your head, the faster those answers will come. And I think that this is that. The more we struggle, the more we try, the more difficult it becomes. As soon as we release that tension and we have that clarity, whoosh, comes rushing at us, right? Like this Knight of Swords. But again, back to this Death card. A lot of changes happening in your life right now. And I don't want to minimize that. It's a big deal. It's significant. It feels like everything is changing. Okay? Some things might be changing faster than other things, but it's all connected. Focus on clearing your mind, and you will see then with this financial thing that we're talking about, you'll see the advantage here. You'll see the advantage with your decision-making process, with how maybe you feel a little indecisive about general things. What do you want to have for dinner? Oh, I don't know. You know? What do you want to watch on TV? I don't know. We'll be making decisions much more quickly because our minds will be a little bit more relaxed. Okay? And that's the hard thing. How do you do that? How do you do that? Maybe I should be asking you, literally, leave some comments for me. Let me know what it is that you do to clear your head, to not get all the answers that you need, but to prepare the mind to receive, to clear your head, to de-stress, to stop worrying about everything, to let everything go, to clear your mind, to have a peaceful, headspace. What are some things that we could do? Let's share some ideas together. All right. My gods know I need some suggestions from myself. The High Priestess, though, was a wonderful energy. Okay, this is that receptivity. This is when we have this mental clarity, we are able to receive exactly what we need. We are able to receive the blessings, the miracles. We're able to just be filled with light, and have that transcendent experience. Okay. And not be, we can't be good receivers of the divine light if our minds are full of static. Okay? It doesn't make for a very good, antenna if things are not tuned right, if there's too much noise in the signal or in the line or whatever, then we can't really receive what we need to. Okay? And so it's kind of a bit of a circle, right? It's a bit of a feedback loop. The more clear our mind becomes, the more we can receive the energy of the divine light, the spiritual energy. And the more spiritual energy and the more divine light we receive, the more we start to feel that everything is one, everything is a unity, and then we have more clarity of mind. So we need one to get the other, we need the other to get the one, and it just kind of goes back and forth. It's kind of like this Well, it's like the infinity symbol, the lemniscate here. Right? So I feel like the Two of Pentacles is very, very important for you, because this is things constantly switching. One thing moves over. And sometimes life feels like that, right? And, you know, I still have a day job, right? And it's getting stressful. It's getting hard for me to keep up with it. Because sometimes it just feels like this. Sometimes it feels like, oh, you got to move that piece over there and put that there. Okay. Now you have a task. You got to put that here and put that over there. That's exactly what the Two of Pentacles is reminding me of. It's kind of like your job, or whatever's going on in your life, feels like you're just taking one thing and moving it over here. And then the next moment, you're taking one thing and moving it back. And it's just, what's the point? Back and forth and back and forth. On and off, ones and zeros, yeses and nos, this ways and that ways. And it's kind of like, in the end, you arrive at the same place anyway. And it's kind of, that's what the switch feels like to me. That's what the Two of Pentacles, it's these choices. It's just like, sometimes what is the point of all of these choices? What is the point of doing 1, 2, and 3, and then at the next moment going 3 and 2 and 1? Why not just remain here at 1, right? But I guess such is life. That's what kind of makes, the busy work of life. Yeah. But I think that we can see the unity in things, and we can really get in touch with this divine energy. And I think everything is going to work out just tremendously for you. I'm going to look at that mystery card now. We've got Tiny Bob Ross over here doing a wonderful job. Thank you, tiny little Bob. I want to see the 1. I want to see maybe the Magician, right? The first mystery of the tarot. I want to see an Ace. Maybe the World. Maybe we see that this figure 8, right? This universe looping back in on itself, constantly going out and coming in, doing this, and then really doing the opposite thing in the very next moment. This cycle, this is what keeps the universe move. This is motion, and you hear my cat over there, making herself known. But this is what manifestation is. It's things going in and out, coming and going, left and right, up and down, positive and negative, right? Black and white, ones and zeros, yeses and nos. I want to see the unity of this. Let's take this knot, this lemniscate, this loop. Let's take it and let's untwist it into just one circle, right? One simple unity. I want this to be the World card. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. It's the World card. We've taken, see if you look, it kind of looks like you've taken a string and you've twisted it, and now it's a kind of a figure 8. Well, now we've untwisted the world. And things are just back in this simple way, this simple form, this unified, everything is just together, everything is whole, everything is in harmony. Nothing has really changed, right, except our perception, except our mental energy, our headspace, more than anything else. We still have the same problems, we still have the same choices, but we feel differently, we think differently about them. We've untied the knot. Yeah. And I think this card too, this card represents the totality. I think you can have everything you want. We started this saying that there were a lot of options for you of different things that you could do with your life right now, and you kind of want them all. But there's this feeling that we have to choose. You can have all of it. You can have everything. Everything is possible. You don't have to choose one thing and say no to everything else. All right? What else you should not say no to is the extended reading. And that is up here or down there. There's a link. You can click on it and you can watch the extended. All right? New readings for Taurus every Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I am here every day. You can come see me again tomorrow. I will be here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you are watching from. And I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.